Well, we're going to get back to the conversation with both of you in just a few minutes, but we do want to go to those battleground states that we've been talking about so much and look at those numbers, particularly in neighboring Wisconsin. Right now, with 61% of the vote in, Trump ahead by about 2 points there, 50% with Harris at 48.
Our Sabrina Franza hit the road to head north, and she's live for us where the Wisconsin GOP is holding its election night watch party tonight. Sabrina?
Joe, Erica, we're right in the middle of that blue belt here in this ballroom. People are energized. They're excited. They're predicting a Trump-Vance victory at least at this watch party at this hour, though there are still many votes to be counted. In our conversations with some of the folks working the polls, they have said they are going to err on the side of accuracy regardless of how long those votes take to count. There are around 31,000 absentee ballots, at least in Milwaukee, that will have to be recounted. That is because the door that was holding those ballots in a secure location was found ajar, so out of an abundance of caution, they will be recounting those. We did ask some questions about how they are assuring those folks here in Wisconsin about this election's integrity. Take a listen.
The Republican Party of Wisconsin is focused on making sure that we have people that are at those polling places and can observe and watch exactly how things are going. Yeah, it sounds like there was some type of rerun that needs to be completed in Milwaukee. And as long as it's transparent and people can see exactly what's going on there and are comfortable with it, then I don't think there'll be any issue.
Now, there is an understanding here that this race is going to be tight. Back in 2016, former President Donald Trump only won the state of Wisconsin by little less than a percentage point. In 2020, he lost by a little less than a percentage point. So people are here watching the results as they come in. The state has been inundated by campaign ads, by people knocking on their doors, text messages. Of course, the RNC was held here this summer, and there have been multiple rallies across the state during this election cycle. We're also trying to take a temperature check of how voters are receiving this. We're hearing there is some anxiety.
I think if there's anxiety with voters right now, it's because they want it to be over. They've pretty much had it with getting bombarded.
Oh, the biggest thing is the economy and the border. Those are the two things that Donald J. Trump has addressed and has fixed once before, and he will do it again.
As we said, this race still too close to call. All eyes are here in Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. The total electoral votes between those three states, 44. 10 of those here in the swing state of Wisconsin. And all the folks in this room, at least, are hoping those go to former President Donald Trump. Erica, Joe, back to you.
Thank you, Sabrina.